what's up guys, it's Samer. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today, I am going to be reading the whole Monopoly instructions. I feel like it's needed because people don't know how to play Monopoly, and I feel like that's a great cause to support. So if you want to support my cause, go to www.monopoly-notknowhowtoplayers.com.gov/pay me money. So anyway, I feel like it's a great cause. You guys should support it. Spend $1 billion on helping me with this. It's not that much of a contribution, so please help me out. It's a great cause that I feel is very in support. So I'm gonna read you guys the instructions, and here we go. Help. I can't play. 1. Try to raise money. If you owe money and can't pay, try to raise money by selling buildings and/or mortgaging properties. Selling buildings. Sell hotels to the bank for half the cost price and exchange them immediately for 4 houses. Sell houses to the bank for half the cost price. Houses must be sold evenly across the color set. Mortgaging property. To mortgage a property, you must first sell all buildings in its color set to the bank at half their cost price. To mortgage, turn the title deed card face down and collect the mortgage value on the back from the bank. To repay a mortgage, pay the unmortgaged cost to the bank, mortgage value plus 10%. Then turn the card face up. Rent cannot be collected on properties that are mortgaged. However, the increased rent level can be collected on the unmortgaged streets in a color set. The increased rent on unmortgaged railroads and utilities may be collected in the same way. 2. If you are still in debt, you are bankrupt and out of the game. Do you owe another player? Give them any get-out-of-jail-free cards and all of your unmortgaged properties. The new owner must immediately either repay the mortgage, pay the bank the unmortgaged cost, or keep the mortgage. Just pay the bank 10% of the mortgage value now. Do you owe the bank? Return all your properties to the bank. Any mortgages are canceled. All your properties must immediately be put up for auction. Return any get-out-of-jail-free cards to the bottom of the pile. The remaining players keep playing until there is only one person left in the game. The winner. Buildings. Building houses. As soon as you get a color set, you can start buying houses. You don't have to wait for your turn. Pay the bank the cost price on the title deed card and place a house on the street. Build evenly. You cannot build a second house on a street until you've built one on each street in the set. You can only have 4 houses on a street. Building hotels. Once you have 4 houses on a street, you can pay to upgrade to a hotel. Pay the hotel cost price on the title deed card. Return all 4 houses to the bank and put the hotel on the street. You can only have 1 hotel per street. You can't add any more houses. You cannot build on a street if any street is in its color set is mortgaged. Not enough buildings. If multiple players want the last house or hotel, the banker must auction it. Bids start at 10 Monopoly dollars. No buildings left. You can't buy any until someone sells theirs back. Auctions. If you land on an unowned street, railroad, or utility and you don't want to buy it, the banker must auction it. The banker starts the auction by offering up the space to everyone for 10 Monopoly dollars. Anyone can increase the bid as little as 1 Monopoly dollar, even the banker and the player who originally landed on the space. The highest bidder wins the auction, pays the bank, and takes the title deed card. What if no one wants it? That's fine. No one pays anything. Deals and trades. You can buy, sell, or swap property with the other players at any time. You must sell all buildings on a color set to the bank before you can sell or trade a street. You cannot sell or trade buildings to another player. Property can be traded for cash, other property, or get-out-of-jail-free cards. The amount is decided by the players making the deal. Mortgage property can be traded at any agreed price. The new owner must immediately either repay the mortgage, pay the bank the unmortgaged cost, or keep the mortgage. Just pay the bank 10% of the mortgage value now. The board spaces. Streets. Unowned streets. When you land on a street that no one owns, either buy it or auction it. Want to buy it? Pay the price on the board space and take the title deed card. Don't want to buy it? Then the banker must auction it. Bids start at 10 Monopoly dollars. All players can bid. Own streets. When you land on a street that someone else owns, pay them the rent shown on the street's title deed card. Collect colored sets to build houses. You can't build houses until you get a color set. Rent goes up on each street as soon as you've got one set. If you buy houses, rent goes up even more. Later you can upgrade to hotels. See buildings for info. Railroads. When you land on a railroad that no one owns, either buy it or auction it. To buy it, pay the price on the board space and take the title deed card. Don't want to buy it, then the banker must auction it. Bids start at 10 Monopoly dollars. All players can bid. Owned railroads. When you land on a railroad that someone else owns, pay them rent. Rent depends on how many railroads the owner has. Railroads. 1. 25 Monopoly dollars. 2. 50 Monopoly dollars. 3. 100 Monopoly dollars. Or 4. 200 Monopoly dollars. Utilities. Unowned utilities. When you land on a utility that no one owns, either buy it or auction it. Want to buy it? Pay the price on the board space and take the title deed card. Don't want to buy it? Then the banker must auction it. Bids start at 10 Monopoly dollars. All players can bid. Owned utilities. When you land on a utility that someone else owns, pay them rent. Roll the dice again to decide rent. If the owner has one utility, rent is 4 times the dice roll. If the owner has 2 utilities, rent is 10 times the dice roll. So you better get those dice rolls low, because you don't want to pay a lot. Action spaces. Go. If your move took you onto or past the go space, collect $200 from the bank. Chance/community chest. Take the top card from the matching pile and immediately do what it says. Or return it to the bottom of the pile when done. Income/luxury tax. Pay the bank the amount shown on the space. Free parking. Relax. Nothing happens. Just visiting. Don't worry. If you land here, just put your token in the just visiting section. Go to jail. Move your token to the in-jail space immediately. Do not collect 200 Monopoly dollars from pass and go. Your turn is then over. You can still collect rent, auction, buy houses and hotels, mortgage, and trade while you're in jail. How do I get out of jail? That's a good question. You have 3 options. 1. Pay 50 Monopoly dollars at the start of your next turn, then roll and move as normal. 2. Use a get out of jail free card at the start of your next turn if you have one, or buy one from another player. Put the card at the bottom of the pile, then roll and move. 3. Roll a double. On your next turn, if you do, you're free. Use the roll to move. You can use up to 3 turns to try for a double. If you don't want to throw a double by your 3rd turn in jail, just pay 50 Monopoly dollars and use your last roll to move. Set it up. 1. Choose someone to read these rules out loud to all the players. That's me. 2. Give each player 5 $1 bills, 1 $5 bill, 2 $10 bills, 1 $20 bill, 1 $50 bill, 4 $100 bills, and 2 $500 bills. Total equals 1,500 Monopoly dollars. Keep the rest of the money in the box as the bank. 3. Shuffle all chance cards and place them face down at the place where it says the question mark. 4. Shuffle the community chest cards and place them in the middle where it says community chest. 5. Choose someone to be the banker. The banker's in charge of the bank's money, houses, hotels, title deed cards, auctions. The banker can play too, but must keep their money separate from the bank. 6. Each player chooses a token and places it on go. 7. Place the 2 white dice next to the board. If you want to use the red speed die, see advanced rules. Play. How to win. Move around the board buying as many properties, streets, railroads, and utilities as you can. The more you own, the more rent you'll get. If you are the last player with any money, when all the players have gone bankrupt, you win. Who goes first? Each player rolls both white dice. The highest roller starts. On your turn, 1. Roll both white dice. 2. Move forward that number of spaces. 3. Where did you land? Check the board spaces section of this guide. 4. If you rolled a double, roll the dice again and take your turn. Watch out. If you roll a double 3 times in the same turn, you must go to jail. 5. Your turn is over. The player on the left goes next. Start playing. That's all you need to know, so get going. Look up the spaces as you land on them. But wait, there's more. Advanced. For a faster game, use the speed die and follow these steps. 1. Give each player an extra 1,000 Monopoly dollars to start. 2. Once you've passed go for the first time, roll the speed die with 2 white dice every turn. If you roll 1, 2, or 3, add this to your roll of the 2 white dice and move. Bus. Choose to move using just one of the white dice or count both. So if you roll 1 and 5, you can move 1, 5, or 6 spaces. Mr. Monopoly. Use the white dice as normal. Then, at the end of your turn, go to the next unowned property space and buy it or put it up for auction. If they are all owned, go to the next property, not yours, and pay rent. What else is different? The speed die doesn't count towards rolling doubles. If you roll a 3 of a kind, each die shows the same number. You can move your token to any space on the board. If you were sent to jail during your move, ignore the speed die. Your turn ends. Don't use the speed die when attempting to get out of jail. Roll all 3 dice to determine the rent for utility. The bus and Mr. Monopoly don't count. Top tips. To keep your game short and sweet, don't use house rules. Always auction when somebody doesn't want to buy the property they've landed on. Never loan money to other players or make deals not to charge each other rent. Never put cash in the center of the board. You don't get a bonus for landing on free parking. Now, here's a shout out to our sponsors. The Hasbro Gaming and Monopoly names and logos, the distinctive design of the game board, the 4 corner squares, the Mr. Monopoly name and character, as well as each of the distinctive elements of the board and playing pieces are trademarks of Hasbro for its property trading game equipment. 1935-2013 Hasbro, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 02861-1059 USA. All rights reserved. Trademark and registration, U.S. trademarks. Hasbro Canada, Longule, QC Canada, J4G, 1G2, Consumer Contact, Hasbro Games, Consumer Affairs Department, P.O. Box 200, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 02861-1059 USA. Telephone 888-836-7025. Prank call that number right now and tell them that Sam sent you. Colors and parts may vary from those pictured. Please retain this information for future reference. Les couleurs et les pièces peuvent differ les couleurs et les dresses. Conservez cette information pour reference ultérieure. www.hasbro.com 00009 1000009K00. That's it for this video, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Stay strong, guys. Have a fantastic day today, and I will see you later.